All right, welcome and thanks for joining us on this AFCON Watch Along of Sport Flames. And we'll be doing this in all of the Super Eagles matches as we will be taking you through every bit by bit of everything that has to do with the AFCON as far as the Super Eagles is concerned. I remain Olusola Adebayo and I have with me live on the show today, Toye Olale.
Shola, it's a pleasure to be here, even though we are still disappointed. The game has gone 30 minutes and Nigeria is yet to even score a goal.
All right, we are sorry for coming a bit late, but you've never missed so much because the game has been lost starless in a way.
Exactly. You could just see that wayward play from Victor Osimhen because everybody believes this is a team that should play more better, considering the fact that we played woefully against Congo DR and we could not go to the World Cup. But now we are playing against Tanzania. This should be an easy ride, you know.
On paper, it's very easy to say this should be easy, but the game has started. You don't argue again when it's fight time. You just have to do it, and we expect the Super Eagles to get this done. But so far, so good. The urgency level have been low in a way. 34 minutes played. We just one or two attempts at goal. Osimhen had a beautiful chance to do better than what he did. A true pass got him, but he decided to run sideways a bit too wide. Then Samuel Chukwueze earlier in the box have a chance to be a bit more direct, but he wants to take on players unnecessarily. I think those are the moments. And the Taifa Stars also have their own moments. Fantastic one touch in the box, but Nwabali was up to the task. I think those are the few spark in this game. So far, it's been boring. It's been a usual slow passing game, and the Tanzania are really enjoying it.
Well, Shola, my disappointment is most of these players are home-based players for the Tanzanians. Most of them. While we don't even have any home-based team, any home-based player in this squad.
Well, that's a good Osimhen. Chance from Osimhen.
Exactly.
He could turn that one from Ako with that decisive pass that beat the whole of the defense line, but goalkeeper was able to narrow the angle, but Osimhen couldn't stay on his feet to pull that one in. But the last minute, last grab save from that defender of Malawi.
That was a vital block. That was a vital block.
About the best chance of Super Eagles in this game so far, and that would have been the first goal.
Exactly. But we are still not impressing. Could that be it?
And
that is it.
And is in. The first goal is there. On the dot of the 35 minutes, Shemi Ajayi rose highest with his head high, and he was able to pull the Super Eagles up. The pressure was sustained, and the Tanzania has broken up.
Exactly. Finally, they put smiles on our faces. Shemi Ajayi, rising up to that important cross, and then beat the goalkeeper nicely. The goalkeeper, Foba, for Tanzania has been exceptional. He has made very good saves, but there is nothing he can do about that. Alex Iwobi with that beautiful cross.
And is it Shemi Ajayi or?
Yes, Shemi Ajayi actually.
Ako Adams.
Shemi Ajayi.
Yeah, it's Shemi Ajayi, but Ako Adams seems to be celebrating more.
Yes, because everyone has waited for this crucial goal. Indeed, he was also there, but he rose high and he connects well with that beautiful cross. I would say good cross from Alex Wood.
Alex Wood. Good pinpoints, precise, and Shemi Ajayi was on hand. Even if Shemi Ajayi should miss that, then Wilfred Ndidi, the new captain of Super Eagles, will bury that. That's a good chances created, well converted. Like they say in football, once you create your chances, convert it, that's when it shows on the scoreboard. Nigeria won, Tanzania 0. 36 minutes, Shemi Ajayi with the first goal.
Head-to-head, we are better than Tanzania. And I'm really surprised that it took us this long before we could score the first goal. Many would have thought that 37 minutes, probably Nigeria would have outplayed them. But it's a football. It shows that even the minors, the so-called minors, are really step up their games and they can match the giant of football in Africa.
For me, the goal wasn't too late. The fact that we scored in the first half is enough confident booster for these boys. They will push the ball around more. They will believe in what they've been doing since more. And I think the Tanzanians are just there for the take. 4 shots on target for the Super Eagles in 36 minutes. That means out of every 9 minutes, there is always a shot on target, and that's really massive. If the Super Eagles can't sustain this tempo, the Tanzanians will fall more like pack of card.
Exactly, Shola. And if you look at it, the Tanzanian, they have really not put up any threats for me, because Nigeria seems to be more confident now. The goal seems to give them that energy and confidence that is needed. But my challenge, I don't want it to be like a case of Congo DR. You can see some level of overconfidence from Ademola Lookman. Ademola Lookman seems to have lost touch, if you ask me, in the Super Eagles.
I think the formation and the strategy employed by the coach is making life difficult for Lookman. Lookman is a player that loves to play either as the second striker or sometimes at the stop 9 or a bit wide to the right of the left. But the way he's playing this game, he's been playing deep, assisting with Fred and Alex Wobi in the middle. And I will see how he's going to cope with that because it's going to take more energy from him. Strikers, they don't have to run too much before they get to the goalpost. But we do Ademola explaining in this game. He's playing too deep, and he's just trying to be the second number 10 in a way, because Alex Wobi will still have to drop back to assist with this kind of formation. 2 wingers, 2 strikers, just 2 midfielders, a DM and a supposed attacking midfielder that also drop back to assist as a cover for the back 4. We needed that cover for Shemi Ajayi, who is a bit slower compared to Calvin Bassey with all of the energy. I think the strategy is what is actually might be the problem for Lookman in terms of not getting his best. But for the team, I think it's working.
Well, I don't want to agree with that in a way, I must tell you, because this same formation is what we used against Benin Republic in the World Cup qualifier, and then we scored 4 goals.
And Lookman was very bad in that game too.
Yes, so that is exactly what I'm trying to say. It seems he's finding
Lookman didn't play that game.
Okay, yes, he was suspended.
He was suspended.
Yes, and then that is to tell you, since he returned to the squad and we've been playing this pattern, it seems too difficult, and maybe he doesn't understand it in a way.
Then who can replace him in that hole?
That is the issue I keep having with Eric Chelle. Eric Chelle needs to step up his technical abilities. When you determine a formation by the level of a player, how a player can interpret formation perfectly. Do not forget, when we played against Congo DR, he got it wrong by putting Adams Akor on the bench. That shouldn't have happened. You now have to make Osimhen make him look to stay in a no man's land until he was replaced. That is to tell you that you don't even understand your players in a way. But when you introduce this formation, you have Akor Adams ahead, and then you have Osimhen playing right behind him. It worked for us.
So where is Lookman coming into this equation?
Probably I see Lookman not. He shouldn't have introduced Lookman in this game. Maybe a player like Ejuke would have been a perfect player that understands this well. Maybe a player like Moses Simon would have been another good player. So that is exactly why because it's Lookman, because Lookman plays in Atalanta. That doesn't mean you should have him on the field.
Anyways, the Tanzanians are not listening to us. They have turned business-like in a way. A cross into the box. Boy, a good header once again. Good intersection there coming from Shemi Ajayi, coming to the rescue of the Super Eagles.
Yeah, this Tanzania now is like they are beginning to understand that we can actually play this game. We can actually get our own goals. And that is my fear. Because these are local players, I see them running us down in the second half. Exactly what Congo DR did for us.
That's another attempt at goal from the Taifa Stars, and the goalkeeper was up to the task once again. Sterling Wabale has been styling away in this match. Second shot on target, and he was able to wrap that one in his palm convincingly. He's holding his nail. I hope he's not injured. Okay, he's back on his feet, and he throws a long one out with his feet. Trying to locate Ademola Lookman. He either breaks it down quickly for Lookman to put on his feet. Alex jogging the ball forward, locating Akor Adams on the far left of the attacking side of Super Eagles. Osimhen locating his space in the box, but decided to return the pass to Alex Iwobi. Let's see what Alex will do with this. Decided to take it slowly. And
that was a beautiful pass.
Beautiful ding into the box. Can Aqua Adams make the final touch in this? The final touch was... he could have done better. Why not shoot that side?
That was a beautiful, beautiful pass from Alex Iwobi. And it seems Alex Iwobi is very much more in this game, because in the last 5 minutes, if you look at the way he plays, he made that beautiful assist, and he made that true pass to Aqua Adams. But Aqua Adams could not locate Victor Osimhen that is already in the box. And these are some of the things that give me concerns. At this level, and you still put up misplaced pass. That is not acceptable at all.
Okay, let's say in that replay, Alex to Aqua Adams, the whistle is gone already.
Exactly.
He pushed that Tanzania player off the ball before he receives it. But meanwhile, in case you just join us, it's still the watch along on Sport Flames on YouTube. The lineup for Nigeria, we missed out on that. Can we quickly have a recap? Nwabali is in goal. Oshai Samuel, Shemi Ajayi, jersey number 2 and 6, while Shemi Ajayi sporting jersey number 6 was his goal scorer on the dot of 36 minutes, while Calvin Bassey has been doing a great job in this game on jersey number 21, Saidu Sanusi, jersey number 3, Ndidi Wilfred on number 4, Alex Iwobi on jersey number 17. Samuel Chukwueze, I've not seen enough of him, but let's see whether he would step his game up in the second half as we are approaching the final moment in the first half. He is sporting jersey number 11. Ademola Lookman has been up and doing dropping deep, trying to join the attack at the same time, assisting deep in the midfield in jersey number 7. Aqua Adams, he is sweating. I don't know how, but he's been running almost the whole length of the attacking line of the Super Eagles alongside Victor Osimhen, who is sporting jersey number 9, Aqua Adams in jersey number 33. That's the starting 11 in something that looks like 4-4-2 formation, but we've been playing more of a 4 in the attack, 2 in the middle, and a 4 in the back. That's the formation that the coach, Chelle, has deployed in this game so far. 1 minute of added time. We are approaching the half-time mark already.
Exactly. And if you look at it, I think whenever we are attacking, that is when we switch to 4-2-4, whereby we have more attackers, at the half of the opponent, where we have Lookman, we have Osimhen, Adams Akko, and also Samuel Chukwueze. But whenever they are attacking, whereby we are defending, then Samuel Chukwueze and also Ademola Lookman needs to drop deep. Could that be it? Could that be the second goal?
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Intelligent play from Samuel Chukwueze. He took his time. So patient with that one. But Foba was even more patient. Samuel Chukwueze is doing all his best to roof the ball over everybody's head. And the goalkeeper was ready for him.
Exactly. And that is exactly what I just told you. We are attacking and you see the 4 of them in that 18-yard box. They are ready to score. So it requires a lot of energy. And I think the best option, if you look at it, would have been Aqua Adams.
Another pass in that close range, I think he did his best for maintaining his composure in the face of all those players who are lying in floor. There are like 6 of them in front of him, but for Foba's attention on details, that could have been goal number 2.
Good overhead kick from Victor Osimhen there. Good overhead kick. That would have been maybe goal of the tournament.
We saw El Kabi with a more precise overhead kick for Morocco against Comoros. And Osimhen just decided to try that. I think he has an option to do better or try something instead of trying that dry overhead kick. I don't know what makes it so fantastic in your face.
No, he has actually scored goals like that in the colours of Galatasaray. So I believe he knows what exactly he's doing, because if you look at it, the distance was far actually, but the techniques actually,
it's highly unnecessary for me. It was on his weaker foot. It troubles the goalkeeper not. They have a lot of space. Nobody's on him. And he could have done something different. That's why I see it.
What if that resulted into a goal?
It won't. It's half time. I think I see a bit of satisfaction in the Super Eagles space, and this makes it their 7th game in their last 13 where they will be leading at half time. or at least score a goal at halftime. They've done that once again. I hope they will not screw it in the second half. It was like this against DR Congo, the last game they played in Morocco, and at the end they didn't get the needed victory. I hope the Tanzanians will not come back stronger in the second half. But so far so good. It's been a very good game for the Super Eagles. They are leading. They make their possession count, and less trouble for our midfielder and our goalkeeper. What do you make of the first half?
I would say we still need to do more because we've not really seen the Tanzanian player attack like that. But I think with this goal now, I don't know what the coach will tell them. That's the Tanzanian coach now in the second half, because during the last minute of the first half, you see them try to create some space, launch some attack. So I know that definitely the coach needs to really show more strength now in terms of technical aspects, and then let them know that maybe Nigerians, we attack a lot. We know we like this high line style of play. And if Tanzania can run very well, I think we might get punished. But my own fear and concern or worries now is I really want to see how Eric Chelle can manage this game. So what happened to us against Congo DR will not repeat itself.
Tanzania looks like a lesser opponent for the Super Eagles compared to Congo DR. We saw Congo DR played earlier. They defeated the Benin Republic by a lone goal. Bongonda was able to get that goal off one defensive error, and it's enough for Congo DR to make 3 points in that game against the Benin Republic. But Nigeria is playing now. We really worked hard for our own goal. Simi Ajayi have to come all the way from behind to put his head on that pinpoint cross into the box of the boot of Alex Iwobi. We'll see what the second half will bring, but I expect more goals. Tanzania on paper, very lightweight. Against the Super Eagles, head-to-head, they are yet to win any of their game against us. Like we played 8 times now, and we won 4
times, and
drew 3 times. This, if you add this to it, another win is on the way for the Super Eagles.
And this is our 3rd game against them in AFCON. Wow. So we won 1, we drew 1. So if we win this, we still maintain the superiority.
I remember in 1980, it was our opening game like this. Exactly. It ended 3-1, and we ended up winning the AFCON. Maybe we'll need to see 3 more goals in the second half for a repeat of that episode, and probably it can set the tone for Super Eagles to go all the way and make it number 4 as far as AFCON victory is concerned. Do you think this team is good enough for Nigerians to start thinking about winning the AFCON?
As much as we all desire this AFCON, Shola, I desire it myself. It brings joy. It brings relief to all Nigerians. But with what we have seen so far, we are not convinced yet. That is why you see me turning my cap to the back, because I am not really convinced yet. That is to show my disappointment in this team. We are playing a lesser, or because I don't want to say weaker, a lesser team in terms of ranking, and we still find it difficult to even dominate. If you look at Senegal against Botswana, you see superiority, you see class, you see that aspect that, yes, we pass you. And football now, they say when you pass somebody, you go beat and where. So that when next he comes, he will know that this is my master. But we are not showing that against this Tanzanian side.
So what do we need to do in the second half?
We need to show that class that we can play football.
Any sub on your mind?
Yes, we have young guys on the bench, the new guys. I'm not expecting them to come immediately. But I think for a game like this, probably this is the best time to test them and boost their confidence and morale. Player like Akisomiro is there. Lawal Fago is there. This is a guy that is doing so well in the Croatian League. And you can't do the same mistake by inviting a player and putting him on the bench without playing him. Put these guys. If Osimhen is not doing more than expected, let him rest. There are bigger games against Tunisia. That might be the decider. So that's why I said that let's see these guys. Let them build their confidence and give them playing time. From there, you can actually get, because if you have not given Frederick that chance, nobody would have known that he's a fantastic player.
So you are looking at bringing these guys in after how many goals, or you want to throw them in almost immediately? Assuming you are in Eric Sikuchel's shoe.
I will give them a chance.
Immediately in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe watch the game because it doesn't look like you are bringing or changing the squad immediately. Watch the game after 5 minutes, 10 minutes into the second half. If the games remains the same, it's a very good time to watch these guys 35, 30 minutes. Akinsomiro against Egypt, we all saw what he did. He proved himself in a way, but that doesn't really define the quality or what he can do. So this is another very big stage that can really make him show and tell the whole Nigerians that, yes, my invitation is well justified.
All right, let's see how it goes in the second half. Nigeria still have 45 minutes again to show the whole world, by extension, what they can do, even though we missed out at the FIFA World Cup 2026 edition attempt. This is a big stage for the over 1.5 billion that is promised by CAF. They'll be seeing this game to see what we can do. Osimhen said it's a chance for them to show the world that we still have it. Have they been able to do that in this first 45 minutes?
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. And you know the amazing thing, Shola, nobody is really reporting that. They got their certificate to their lands while in Morocco. While in Morocco, the NSC chairman actually took that to them. When asked, we were told it was to inspire them and let them know that they are here for business. But putting all that, doing all that, I don't think they have actually justified that. All we need is goals. When we are not getting those goals, we feel disappointed. You have two strikers, one of the best strikers in the world right now, Osimhen and Akwa Adams. You have them. And if they are not scoring goals, then that means there's a problem. That means there's no connection. There's no supply. So that is what the coach should be able to rectify. Let us start scoring goals and let's win convincingly.
All right, we have the second half to see if they will score more goals or even win this game convincingly like Toye expected. We'll be going on this break. When we come back, we'll take you through all of the actualities when the second half resumes. We'll be back after this break. All right, welcome back for the second half of the game between Nigeria and Tanzania. The first half ended 1-0, courtesy of Shea Jamin, well-timed header that beat goalkeeper Fago in goal for Tanzania. Nigeria took that lead into the dressing room. The coach must have perfected his strategies for the second half, and we are here to see the trick in his bag, how the Super Eagles can maintain and do better than what we saw in the first half. Toye is still here with me. I still remain Olushola Adebayo. We'll be giving you all of these streams, especially the watch along that has to do with Super Eagles in this AFCON. We expect they go all the way to the finals, just the way they did the last time in Côte d'Ivoire, and this time do a bit better than what they did in that final, and probably lift the cup for the nation to smile after that FIFA World Cup 2026 disappointment. And the stage begins today, the third day of the Morocco 2025, with Nigeria playing the third match of the day, and they are on their way to claiming all 3 points. Join us every time they play on this watch along, and you will never regret that you did, because we'll be getting you all the insights, all the details that you need concerning all our games, and expert analysis and every other details as far as technicalities and tactical analysis of the game is concerned. With Toye and I, you are sure you are in a safe hand.
Yeah, Shola, finally we are back. The second half have started, and I see we have the first row in the first 10 seconds or 20 seconds there. And like you said, let's hope we maintain this, and we need more goals, because that is exactly what we can let Nigerians know, that this is a team that can win the trophy for the fourth time. And that is it. That is it. That is it. Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen. Yes, this is exactly what we wanted. And this...
it seems that there is a... The celebration has been muted in a way.
There's a problem.
The referee is saying something. Akko Adams dash into space. There's a player on him. Then Osimhen fails to time is run.
Well, I think he continued the celebration. Let's see. I think Akko Adams, the goal has been ruled out.
Victor Osimhen is the king of offside. If you know, you know. He just need to wait 2 seconds and that ball will be his. But in his usual style, he never timed his run. I remember the last AFCON. He was caught in an unwanted position for as much as 8 times. 3 of his goals were sucked out, and he has started again.
Hey, but I think we still have a chance. The VAR is checking the goal, because for me, I think Akko Adams, well, I need to see clearly as well. But with that cross coming from Akko Adams, I need a run behind the defender to slot in that. But the VAR is still checking. And that would have been a very good goal for Victor Osimhen. And that's an offside.
I saw him. He kept running instead of timing what Akko is doing. And that was a wasted goal from Victor Osimhen for me.
Yes.
Nothing could have stopped that if it's just time is run like a striker that is.
Yeah, we all know he's always hungry for goals. So that's why sometimes anxiety.
Maybe that's part of the weakness in his game. The few ones in his game, he's always not mindful of his runs.
But he still score goals. He still get the goals, and I think that is what is mostly important for Victor Osimhen, for a striker of his caliber. And I think in a way, I'm not going to fault him too much. But like you said, he needs to do the timing very, very well. But he still gets the goal. That is the point. Don't forget, he's the second highest goal scorer presently for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Well, strikers are known to be a bit hungry and sometimes selfish. But what makes the difference between strikers is the ability to beat the offside trap.
Offside trap,
and
exactly.
I must tell you, Osimhen needs to improve in that aspect. So that's a missed goal for me. That could have been the second goal, and that could have steadied the ship and allows all of these new breed on board to come on board and play with more confidence instead of trying to throw them in like a savior instead of just flow with the tide. I believe the Super Eagles had a fantastic first 2 minutes in this game. Their passes on point. They onto that final pass to Akko Adams on the right and was able to lay it so well for Victor Osimhen to latch on. If they can continue that way and with a bit more of precision for Osimhen running behind the defenders, Nigeria will be running with lots of goals in this game.
I think I still see Osimhen scoring in this game.
And the Tanzanians have equalized. What a bad way to start this second half for Nigeria. They are jubilating. They are really, really happy. That's an instant response, and that's why you don't want to miss your chances.
Shola, I think Tanzania, seems to get it in a way, which I told you that probably the coach knows how, or he has studied our team, because we do a lot of high-line football. We try to go and attack, and we are trying to still see how we considered that goal. That is my concern, that how will Tanzania score Nigeria?
They had 2 shots on target in the first half, and they are not shot on target that is not well timed. Pinpoint shot, and the goalkeeper was up to it. That means our defense line is breachable, and they've just done that in this early minute of the second half.
Yes, but I don't want to accept that we will lose this game yet, but they need to just still prove to us. Sometimes they can disappoint, which we all know that. We've already said that. We want them to win. We want this 3 points. A draw against Tanzania will really be a disaster for all Nigerians. Trust me. But we have considered, let's see how we can respond. Let's see how the coach, Chelle, can react. And let's see how Nigeria can also respond.
And that's an instant response from the Super Eagles. It's 2-1. Goalkeeper Foba beaten for the second time in this game. And you can see
Ademola Lookman.
Is it Ademola or Samuel Chukwueze?
It's Ademola Lookman.
Ademola Lookman turning his defender and bam, 20 meters away. And that was another goal also. Foba was beaten clearly to this. I'm sure he will blame himself and all of those crowded defenders in front of Ademola. None of them can put their body onto the line to help him save that ball. Good response from Super Eagles. Moment of respite. No doubt.
This is the real Ademola Lookman that we know. This is how we want him to respond. This is what we expect you as the real African player of the year from Nigeria. And, when you can't respond when it matters, it shows that you are not ready to help the team or contribute to your quota as a quality player.
What a second half in our hands. Back to end-to-end stuff. Nigeria got the second goal through Osimhen, but the VR put him in an offside position. They immediately, the Tanzanians equalized. Before you say Jack Robinson, Nigeria restored the lead, and it's 2-1. If this game continues this way, you may end up seeing the biggest scoreline in this competition so far.
Well, let's see. Let's hope now. But if we have to see any biggest scoreline, I think it should come from the Super Eagles. Probably we should see 3 to 4 more goals from the Super Eagles. But I don't want it to look in a way that Tanzania scores, Nigeria scores. So it doesn't go out of hands.
So we've seen 52 minutes already and 3 goals scored. The Super Eagles are leading here 2-1. Unexpectedly, I didn't expect the Nigerian team to concede a goal against Tanzania, especially the way the first half went. But they've been playing with more confidence. And that shot on target, can it beat? Almost in, but the offside flag was on. Even though if it could have been not goal number 2, if the player was able to redirect his leg, and time is run as well. He could have waited for Shemi Ajayi, but decided to go into space behind him, while the first shot taker decided to go for a pass instead of a direct shot. The defense line exposed once again.
They were totally sleeping. How can you have Seydou, Calvin Bassey, Semi Ajayi? You can look at it, okay, it's Ndidi, and that ball could come out to drop in front of the Tanzanian player.
I think it's Seydou that dropped the ball to the Tanzania. He just put his head instead of nodding the ball away.
What exactly are they doing there?
That's a poor defending. And that takes me to the fact that 3 of our defenders, regulars and reliable defenders, are not at the AFCON at all. Ola, Ekong retired, and Benjamin Frederick. Are we missing them?
Definitely. Even if we are not missing any player, we are definitely missing Benjamin Frederick. Tanzania are really taking this game to Nigeria. You can see they are beginning to show the quality, exactly the same thing the Congo DR showed against Nigeria that made us concede, and we struggled all throughout that game. I'm beginning to see us struggling again, and what the coach should do now, he will fail to do it, and then you now begin to make wrong substitution.
And that takes me back to the formation. 2 midfielders in modern day football. Is that not too lean to cope with these 5 midfielders thrown out there by Tanzanians?
And in quotes, 2 lazy midfielders. I with no disrespect to anybody. But
a chance for Nigeria to make it number 3.
We all know.
Wow.
We all know the level of play Alex Iwobi can give us. When the pressure is high, you don't expect much from Alex Iwobi.
And that's why I'm talking about that dirty role that Lookman Ademola has been put to play in this game. He needs to drop deep into that midfield to help add numbers to it, give it a kind of advantage in terms of flesh. And he's been doing that. Never mind whether you are going to see him play. But so the team has been doing that dirty job to ensure we have a decent midfield.
Exactly. I hope he gets it. And that is the more reason why you have invited younger players, younger midfielders, energetic.
You don't want to trust them.
And you don't want to trust them. Give them the responsibilities.
Immediately with this opening game.
Give them the responsibilities.
It's the AFCON.
Look at his face. He lost the idea of the whole thing. It seems like he doesn't even know what he's doing. At times, I ask questions, Shola. When you watch a game, what exactly are you seeing? When you see something going wrong, that is why you are the coach. Yes, we can see
Fisayo Tom and Moses Simon.
Bashiru, yes, and Moses Simon. That is exactly what I'm telling you. What is Moses Simon doing in this particular encounter? When you know that Moses Simon will not give you the marking required.
He's not a newbie.
We know, but in this kind of situation, Tanzania are beginning to throw everything at us. They want to get that equalizer and see if they can win the game. So, which means
that's Lookman again, dropping deep to
losing
fight
the
for
ball.
the ball.
You understand?
He fight for the ball. I don't think he's losing. He fight and ensure we win that ball, but the final pass will still not get to Alex. Sincerely, maybe Fisayo will play that role now. I don't know, but Fisayo has not been able to prove that we can trust him in that role as well.
Fisayo is not a natural marker.
And I will definitely still have gone with Ademola Lookman, irrespective of what you think, because he has been a part of this team through and through. You understand the chemistry better than anybody that will be coming in. Finidi George tried to change things quickly, and he got his fingers burnt. So let's just see how we can do this. Who is the first player to leave? Samuel Chukwueze is leaving for Moses Simon.
And Ademola Lookman is going off as well.
So that's like for like. And Samuel Chukwueze is leaving for Moses Simon. Then who come out for?
I believe it will be Ademola Lookman. Okay.
Then it's Akko Adams. Now Ademola Lookman will now go and support Victor Osimhen. And Tom will have to drop deep into that midfield role where he plays naturally. Then Alex Iwobi will have a relief in a way. We are playing one DM and 2 attacking midfielder with 2 strikers and the wingers. I think this is more expansive, and everybody will be fine in their natural habitat now, so to say.
Let's see the effect of this, like you said, because we need more firepower in the midfield. The midfield totally collapsed against Congo DR, and we were really, really punished for that. And I think that is what is trying to happen now. But since we have Dele Bashiru, we believe he should add more quality and power. You could see Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi is beginning to lose the ball. It shows that in a way he's tired. But you will still want to put him on the pitch because you feel he's the only creative player that you have. But you should have understand that this guy can only play to a certain level. Once he's getting to 60 minutes, 65 minutes, 70 minutes, you should not expect so much from Alex Iwobi anymore. So why do you still have to keep him on the field of play? Now, we will now be doing a lot of marking. You will expect Dele Bashiru to do more of the marking, Ndidi to do more of the marking, while Alex Iwobi will be doing more of losing the balls because he's already tired.
I saw a trip from behind, and that takes Tanzania foul to 15 against Nigeria. To tell you that they are not also just watching us ring around their defense. A chance for Osimhen is set up. Ademola Lookman, the first ball into the box from the right from Moses Simon, almost opening up that defense line once again of the Tanzanians with Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen combining so well. And that's a fantastic save. A block coming from that Tanzania number 20. He put his head onto that Miroshi by name, and the Super Eagles wins a corner kick once again.
And a good layoff from
Moses Simon.
From Victor Osimhen to Ademola Lookman. Very good.
Another drop of the ball into the box from Tom Bashir. But the Tanzanians quickly mop up that. They are not away from danger. Osimhen turns and shoots. Good anticipation.
Good intention.
And the reaction was good as well.
But not well executed, if you look at it.
Yeah, goal kick.
He has a very good intention.
Yeah, Tanzania are still managing to keep the Super Eagles as bay. Since that's changed, the Super Eagles have been more comfortable in the final third.
Well, not yet, Chelle. Not yet. We still rush things. You can see Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi will keep losing the balls for you, and you will still put him on the pitch or leave him on the pitch for 80, 85 minutes before you think of substituting. You are putting more pressure. At this point now, all we need to do is let's be calm. That's why I say not being comfortable, but making sure that you are doing the right thing. Let's do our normal 10, 15, 20 passes with confidence. Let's enjoy the flow, but not we rushing it. We are beginning to play as if we are scared. Playing Tanzania, and we are losing balls. Look at Nwabali again. Why do you have to rush such kick? And the coach is there on the touchline. These are my worries for this coach. Technically, I think there is a problem.
All right, Nigeria manages to keep that one away from danger after that Stanley Nwabali kick needlessly into throwing, while the Tanzanians continue to keep possession deep in the Super Eagles half now. 4 players blocking that one off, and the Tanzanians were forced to push the ball backwards with Victor Osimhen standing aloof. Tom Fisayo comes for this. Ademola Lookman also support. Was a lob onto the far side. Locate his man nicely. Another lob into the box. A chance for the Tanzania to launch an attack, but Shemi Ajayi throws that one out, but straight to the onrushing Tanzania striker, who decided to go for another lob. Then the header takes it out of touch, and that's going to be corner kick. Miroshi wins the corner kick for Tanzania there as they are beginning to lift a arm and beginning to attack the Super Eagles.
That is what happens because they seem to see that we are panicking in a way, and probably we are not even confident enough to have the lead, and that is why Tanzanians are beginning to launch attack and making sure that they can get the goal. But I think they have issues as well with finishing, if you have to look at it. But they seems to know what they are doing. They attack swiftly. They push the ball very quickly, and then they are really, really eager to get those goals. But let's see how far Nigeria can hold them. And I am still expecting more goals from the Super Eagles so we could silence and calm these Tanzanians. Because if we don't do this, if we don't show the quality, if we don't let them know that we are superior, then before 90, at the end of 90 minutes, maybe they might get an equalizer, or I hope we don't lose the game as well.
Okay, now Nigeria is still leading against Tanzania 2-1, courtesy of Shemi Ajayi's goals, and that's one of Akko Adams.
Yes. Do you mean from Alex Wobi?
The second goal.
The second goal, Ademola Lookman.
Ademola Lookman, and that fantastic rocket of a shot at the edge of the box. That's why Nigeria is still maintaining the lead here, right there at Fez in Morocco. Let's see if they can just see out this game, because it's fast becoming a game hard to manage for them. The Tanzanians are back in it fully. They've been able to drag out the midfield from Super Eagles. That the coach have to quickly respond by bringing in two players, removing Samuel Chukwueze as well as removing Akko Adams in this game to give way to Moses Simon as well as Fisayo Dele Bashir to give more weight to the Super Eagles in the middle, and as well as give more compatibility in the front, because we know the kind of understanding between Ademola Lookman and Victor Osimhen up front, hopefully, is going to lead to more goals for the Super Eagles as we approach the last 20 minutes of this game.
I think Nigeria will still win no matter what. I'm still positive, but I'm just scared that they just need to stay alert so we don't concede when it is not necessary. Then the aspect of conceding cheap goals, making errors that can lead to goals, that is what we should avoid. And because of our level for a team that is 15, that we are number 5 in Africa, we need to really do more. We need to really, really do more, and then avoid any kind of
upsets. Yeah, the 3-point matters in this game, and I think the Super Eagles have what it takes to ensure they get the 3 points, as the Tanzanians are really coming all out with more belief. They are really pushing the Super Eagles. The back line may not necessarily be blamed, if you ask me, because the midfield, where Wilfred Ndidi alone, trying to mark off 3 players on him, might just be too much of a load on his tiny shoulder, also carrying the the captain banner as well. We'll see how it goes in the remaining 20 minutes of this game. Victor Osimhen has not been able to impose himself in this game.
Yes, he has not been commanding, unlike the Victor we all saw during the qualifiers. The Victor we saw getting 3 goals against the Benin Republic, and the Victor we saw against Gabon. So I think since the game against the Congo DR, in a way, he has been silent. So we need more. We need to see the Jagun Osimhen, the Osimhen that doesn't smile. We want to see that. And I think when he puts up that act, that is when we get the best of him.
All right, we still the watch along AFCON 2025 on Sport Flames. You can like and subscribe to the channel. So as well, share the channel with your friends as well, because we'll be coming on every match day of the Super Eagles to ensure that will give you all the updates, all the insights, and everything needed that will guide you as you watch along with us. It's still Nigeria 2, Tanzania 1. The two sides have been able to give us something to talk about. good or bad. It's been a massive 70 plus minutes in this game as we approach the final moment. Nigeria is still keeping the lead. It's not been the best of performance, but it's been decent so far. At least they are leading as expected. Let's see what you are clamoring for the likes, especially Akin Samuel Benisa to come on board. Maybe Salim Fago, maybe Inadi Toshuku. At what point do you think these guys will change this game, or just want to see them for seeing them sake?
At least introduce them, build their confidence. Let us see if truly they are they justified their invitation to the Super Eagles, because a lot of people have been saying a lot of things that maybe they don't even deserve to be in the Super Eagles. But with the little we saw of these guys against Egypt, they didn't really play bad. And this is the game you can use to test them more. So let's just see them. And then we can know, okay, they can play football and their confidence will be boosted. It's not a game against, let's say, Tunisia, for example, that you want to start introducing these guys. It's not a game against maybe when we get to the second round, quarterfinals. No, crucial stages that you yourself, you won't so much trust them. You won't know their ability. But when you see them in games like this is more or less like a lesser game, less pressure, and they can really prove themselves by making sure that Tanzania do not equalize. At least let's maintain this scoreline. Let's secure the first 3 points. This is the kind of the game. And if they messed up, I don't know, or they didn't live to expectation, then you can now take your decision about them. But you putting them on the bench and not trusting them or introducing them in this kind of fixtures, then that means you don't even trust them, or you can't even give them that responsibility to go into games like this.
All right, they are part of the 28-man list put out there by the coach, and I want to believe that he knows exactly what to do with them for him to have made that bold call of adding 5 uncapped players and 2 others that have just been part of the team at 1 or 2 occasions in the past, talking about Ugbo Egu of Sparta Prague, and he's still on the bench. That's the backup in the center defense. But the other players are outfield players and 1 defender as well that can play either on the right or on the left side of the defense, talking about Nandi Toshuku. Sami Fago plays up front, while Akin Samuel is your regular midfielder. He can play box to box. He can also play as a DM. He can as well fight for the ball and push it forward as quickly as possible. He brings that athleticism into the midfield of Pisa. We are expecting he's going to replicate that in the Super Eagles. But so far, so good. The coach have gone with players that he trusted more based on the numbers of caps, based on they've worked together in the past as well, and they are still managing to get result for Nigeria in this game. Everybody expects the Super Eagles to win, and they are still doing it. The 3 points matters. They need to start on a winning note, and the Nigerians must be pacified in a way. Anything short will incur the wrath of Nigeria.
I think Nigerians will give up totally on the Super Eagles if they cannot secure the 3 points in this particular encounter, because everybody seems to put their trust and hope in them 100%. I must tell you. But if we are now struggling or we cannot get these 3 points, then there is a trouble. Trust me, Shola, there's a trouble. There is a big trouble. We just have to do everything. At least, even if we cannot score more goals, let us maintain the scoreline like this.
Yeah, the 3 point matters, and I don't think any game have ended in a draw. It must not happen with Nigeria.
That is exactly what I am saying.
And no upset so far as well.
No upsets.
It must not happen with this game as well.
That is exactly. You can see the point. There are a lot of situations around it. A lot of situations. So it's going to be that. Why is it always Nigeria? Where is it always Nigeria? Why is it always Nigeria? then we need to solve the problem. And let's stop managing the situation. That is the point. Let's solve it. So if we cannot solve it now, when exactly do we need to solve? The best gift, I've told you, or the best consolation, or they can use to pacify Nigerians, is to win this AFCON. Bring the cup back home, and everybody will continue to smile again.
Well, that starts from this game, and they are doing it. Super Eagles, and how much of energy you put into it. You can see Osimhen putting all of his energy on that defender. And instead of playing the ball with his leg, he pushed the player away on it, and he committed another foul against himself, and Tanzania takes that advantage even in their own balls. Their coach is really talking, and he says he needs them to beat Nigeria so that they can at least win. Is not coming through yet, and I don't think it's going to ever come through the way the Super Eagles have managed this game. We've kept these Tanzanians more in their own. More can do. Another similar situation. He decided to go for a pass. Osimhen hiding himself behind the defender, and the goalkeeper have to come out first before any other. Talking about goalkeeper Foba, he picks that one up quickly. Decided to roll it forward. Another long ball situation. Who gets in first? Good header coming from Saidu Sanusi, locating Kevin Bassi, who calmed things down, then waiting for players to get into position. And they decided to go for a long thrust outside, locating Ademola Lookman, Moses Simon, who get the ball before that defender, straight into the box to Ademola Lookman on the edge, who comes out straight to an opponent. That's poor one. I don't know why you have to look back and send the ball backwards when the pass meets you in the box. Then you could have been more adventurous instead of going backward.
You asked that question. What exactly was he thinking? For a player that just scored a fantastic goal, and you could just play a wayward pass of such.
Anyway,
these are big questions.
Nigeria picked that one up once again. I think the Tanzanians are tired as much as the Nigerians. We are just looking to just drag out this game, keeping it respectful, 2-1, while Super Eagles are really trying their best to ensure they put an insurance goal, but they've not been able to get the strategy that can unlock the defense line. It's been same, trying to locate Osimhen behind the defenders. I think Osimhen needs to work more on his positioning. It has been so bad in this game. I know that behind the defender standing, waiting for the last ball. You can't get the last ball when you have 2-3 defenders in front of you. They will find a way to kick the ball out of safety.
They already know Osimhen can run, and that is why I feel the defenders are not really giving him much space. So they would not allow any ball.
Is it a matter of not giving him space, or himself looking for space where there is none, trying to stay behind everyone, waiting for the ball to come to his feet?
You give yourself the space when your players trust you and knows your quality. And this is exactly what we've not really done in a long time. We believe all balls should come from the wing. Look at Iwobi. He put the ball in the space, but to no one in particular. That is exactly why I said that Osimhen will remain isolated up at the front, because the ball needs to go behind. It needs to draw the defenders a bit away from their from the final third. Then a player from the midfield, which we feel it's Alex Iwobi that can do that, will now need to drop the ball behind the defender. Then Osimhen can run. That is the quality of Osimhen. If you look at most of these goals in Galatasaray's colours, he's always running. Osimhen is not that player that you want to put the ball on the feet. You won't get the best out of him.
Well, the Tanzanian coach has brought on Job. Maybe that is the guy that will get the job done. I don't know. He's spotting jersey number 5. And that is the remaining 12 minutes. Maybe he has the tricks that will unlock the Super Eagles defense. They've scored a goal already, so that is not strange to them. They need to try something different if nothing has worked since they scored that goal. Let's see what Job and the second guy will do to this game. But Super Eagles are still dominating. Wilfred Ndidi decided to turn it backwards to the goalkeeper, Stanley Nwabali decided to flash a ball to the left side of attack. A good running into the middle as the ball returns to Tom Bashir. Tom Bashir decided to go sideways. Calvin Bassey putting his leg onto that. Saidu Sanusi running into space. No one comes for him. He decided to wait for his players to get into shape. But turn back was locating Calvin Bassey, who returns the ball back to him almost at the center circle. Then Calvin Bassey straight to an opponent. The Tanzanians have been able to take over, and Nigeria wins a free kick as Ademola Lookman handled the ball. That free kick quickly taken, but the referee stops that, asking for the ball to be properly placed. Finally, action have restarted. Tanzania with the ball deep in their own half. Nigerians really coming out to get this, but it's a long one. The ball finds its way out of touch and is a true free kick against Nigeria. Miroshi has been the most dangerous player on this pitch for the Tanzanians in a way. He manages to get into those difficult positions. You can see Saidu clattering onto him instead of keeping his eye on the ball.
Exactly.
And he's raising up his hand like he didn't touch him.
Nothing.
But this can be dangerous. Last 10 minutes of this game, free kick close to the byline. Everybody is in the box of Super Eagles. Anything can happen from this cross.
Shola, and if you look at it again now, the Nigerians, we seems not to be getting our passes right anymore. And that is why we are struggling a lot. We can't
the
keep those
Tanzanians
passes.
are also struggling to do anything with from that free kick. It's a wasted effort. They tried to lob. It either breaks it out, and the final shot was too wayward to disturb anybody in goal. Meanwhile, Nigeria manages to get the ball forward. Ademola Lookman has a player in front of him. Good space for Nigeria to make something happen.
You can see
to go forward. Osimhen controls and is scrambling for the ball. Only him has been surrounded by so many defenders. I think they got him first time, and they are able to deal with that convincingly.
And I told you that all he needs is just look for that space, put the ball there. He has the strength, he has the energy. You can see the way he controlled the ball. Before you know it, 1, 2, 3 Tanzanian players are already there to make that block. So the space is not really there for him. They are making sure that they are marking him, a very close call, which is the close marking. And that is what you can do to stop Victor Osimhen. Because once giving him that little space, he can cause that upset. But Nigerians need to trust him and keep putting the ball there. He can run, he can shoot. And any foul in the 18-yard box could lead to a penalty.
Well, I think that is the best time or best moment for him in this game for me. He was able to cause lots of disruptions in the defense line of those Tanzanians. That 4 or 5 players were displaced, and the goalkeeper also miscued his runs that almost take Fisayo Basiru to make it number 3, if not for that timing block of one of those crowded defenders.
Put it immediately. Put it immediately. Shola, that is the delay I'm saying. Why? Look at Osimhen. Osimhen is already in the offside position. Why delay? Why delay?
Well, that's the way you see it. I think Osimhen makes that guy to delay that pass because he has always been in that offside positional play, and Tom was just waiting for him to check where he's running to until it was so obvious that he's in the offside position. You have to check from the first touch. Osimhen has always been there, but he never checked his line. As a striker, you watch your line, then he was just going until it was too obvious that Fisayo can never release that pass. But anyways, Paul Onashu has been introduced. I'm struggling to see who was removed for him, and Osimhen is still on the pitch. Can we cope with 2 tall guys that have similar style of play?
Probably he wants to switch to the cross and nod pattern, and which is still our usual 4-4-2 formation, whereby we have the best wingers then, and likes of George Finidi, we have Emmanuel Amunike, Gabalawal, then Tijani Baba. If you look at them, these guys, they were ranked among the best wingers in the world. And maybe that is what he's trying to introduce. Because for me, we all know Onuachu is very good on the air. And let's see who can make those crosses. That is the challenge.
But meanwhile, the defense line was breached once again. Another moment of a loss of concentration. Just one pass and everybody was flat-footed. The ball finds its way to a Tanzania leg, but the final shot was a bit off target. Against a decent striker, he could have done better, and that would have been a shocker. Probably that's why we failed to qualify for the World Cup. We don't allow such passes to go through.
We suffered that against Zimbabwe. We suffered that against the Benin Republic when we lost to them at home. So are we surprised? We are not surprised. And that is exactly what led us to this situation that we have, because it shows that we don't have the quality. A lot of people said it was Pissarro that could not stabilize the team. At one point, they said it was Finidi George that could not stabilize the team. And Eric Chelle came because we are in a very dicey situation. We got results, and people started bringing statistics. He has not lost a game. He has been scoring goals. But the question is, do we have a team? No. We only have 11 different players on the pitch, and we are winning games.
All right, Kevin Bassey put himself in trouble there. Okay, Onashu is still on the touchline, and that's why I didn't know who he's replaced, because he has actually not replaced anybody. But we'll see how it goes. Osimhen is leaving the pitch. The last time Osimhen was removed, Nigeria considered a goal. But this is 5 minutes, and I'm sure he's not totally happy with that kind of sub. And he has to cover his mouth and keep asking questions. You can see the coach needs to talk some grammar into his ear, like, hey, guy, we have to do this. But let's see how it goes. The last 5 minutes, that was Osimhen. Can Nigeria pull something here? Paulo Onachu in the space there, but the ball is not meant for him. It's outside into a throw-in. That lob was a wayward one. He could have done. The crosser could have done better with that. But I don't see Onachu as someone that is so fantastic using his head, forget his height. But we'll be targeting his head from the look of things.
Osimhen also is very good in the air. But the question is, do we have wingers that can make those crosses? Those are the questions we need to ask ourselves. You can only see the best of...
And the Tanzania are breaking away. I hope this will not lead to those moments. A chance! Oh, the ball evades everyone. And Kevin John of Tanzania cannot just wrap his leg around that. It could have been 2-2, and it could have been a sorry case for Nigeria. Another breakaway from the middle. The defenders have no answer at all. The ball missed by Kevin, missed by Nwabali. And the last man standing behind it was a Tanzanian. He also faced to put that jab into it.
They almost. And that is a warning.
And he's in! Wow, another close-range shot.
Warnings.
Abdullah came from the bench, and he almost made it 2-2 for the Tanzanians. Anxious moment for the Super Eagles, no doubt. I hope they'll be able to manage the remaining few minutes in this game.
They are beginning to knock the doors. I hope the Super Eagles will not open the door. That is
Look
the
at
question.
Ndidi.
Almost.
The ball was just flying across the goalpost.
Exactly what I am saying.
Put his leg onto it, setting up Abdullah, and Abdullah almost finding the back of the net.
The coach seems not to understand making a decision. There are some players that you don't need to still put on that, leave on that pitch. These are until, well, I don't know. But I still stay positive. We will win this game.
Well, it's 88 minutes. The fact we have come this far.
Yeah.
And Eric Chelle teams have been conceding goals in the last 10 minutes of every of the game. And most especially when Victor Osimhen is not on the pitch, either removed or he didn't play at all. But in this case, he's no longer on the pitch, and Super Eagles have faced the heat twice. They escape anyways, and now they have a chance to wrap this game up. Can this one be it? Ademola Lookman on the edge. Can he just wrap his leg around that side to go sideways? The ball find its way into the box again. Another header. Keep the ball out of danger for the Tanzanians, but the island of defensive formation of the Super Eagles keep the ball in the half of Tanzania. Saidu Sanusi comes out for the first time in this game. Alex Iwobi get the ball into space, straight to the legs of the Tanzania number 2, who also bereft of ideas, never know what to do with the ball because it wasn't expected it anyway, and he booted it into throwing.
This is the exact time you can bring Akinsomiro
To do what?
show his talent
In
and
this
quality.
very
That is the more reason why you invited him.
High temperature game.
No, the main reason you
That the
invited
studio is getting attack and the Super Eagles merits.
the main reason you invited him was you needed a young, energetic midfielder that can play, that can mark. Because we know that Ndidi is old. At a certain point, he gets tired. Uwobi is not all that energetic. At a point, he gets tired.
But how do we make up for experience that is needed to manage this game out?
In a situation like this,
almost 100 cap players.
I agree
for
with
a player that will be getting his first cap.
I agree with you, Shola. I agree with you.
As far as Nigeria wins this game, I would disagree that
the point is
your point is no point for
me.
You
can't even sit
3 minutes at a time.
You can't even sit with all confidence that we will not draw this game.
But it may be worse.
Because the tension is high.
It may be worse if you are bringing in someone with no experience of national team football at any point in time, even at under 17, to come and help you see out a game where players with 70-something caps, 90-something caps are struggling.
It's just 3 minutes additional time. It's a very good time to introduce him, build the confidence. If you don't know his quality...
I'm not saying you should not build confidence, but you don't want to build confidence with 2-1, where we need 3 points, not a friendly game, and you want to throw in an 18-year-old with 0 cap.
The question is, why did you invite him? He's a regular in his team, playing Italian Serie A.
Maybe when he is injured. Maybe when he is injured, he can come and play. Because I can't just understand how you are going to remove Ndidi in this game for Akinsomiro. It defies tactical logic.
But I think he needs to be given that chance. He's a young lad. He's a young lad that has what it takes. 3 minutes is a very, very good time
for Super Eagles to also wrap this game up.
You understand? At this, all you need to do is give him an instruction. This is your territory. Man it well. Do justice to it. And then get the job done. Do you need more play? You need someone that can mark, that can use the ball. All you need to do, win the balls, hand over to the playmaker. And that is it. And that is what you will bring. When he gave Frederick the chance, it was in the Unity Cup in UK. Nobody expected that. And he delivered. Well, so why can't you bring him in?
I don't want to overstretch this. Let me concentrate on the last minute of this game. The Unity Cup is a glorified friendly match, and players can actually buy all of those experience with those lesser competition. But this is AFCON. This is the biggest level as far as African football is concerned. I will never trust an 18-year-old in a game like this that Super Eagles are holding on a thread to a 2-1 lead, and you are telling the coach, thank God he's not even hearing your advice. You want him to bring an 18-year-old to come and help all these old men to see off this game. If they cannot do it, nobody else will do it. Let's see what the remaining.
And we should continue watching football with panic and with high tension. Is that what you're saying? We are not even with experience or no experience. We are not even playing beautiful football. We are struggling against Tanzania. Those are my questions.
Well, it's the final moment of this game, I must say. 92 minutes plus 53 seconds. We have 3 minutes added, so practically less than 10 seconds to go. And Super Eagles have a throw-in. I'm sure they would delay this because they needed that time to just and that's all. And that is all. So that's the end of the game. The first 3 points in the bag. Super Eagles 2, Tanzania 1. First, the city, and first 3 points for Nigeria. Good job, good win, good results. I don't know about the performance. It depends on how you feel about it. You can drop your comment in the commentary section. Definitely, we will be reading it maybe in our next game because we'll be showing the next game as well as far as the watch along is concerned. We can see Osimhen still have some axe to grind with the coach for removing him.
Exactly. There will really be questions to answer from the coach about that substitution. But Well, congratulations to all Nigeria. At least first game, 3 points. We know that we have that in the bag, and attention now will be shifted to the next game against Tunisia, which we all know that might really decide who tops the group and then who qualifies for the next round.
Yeah, that's 27th.
27th, definitely.
What's the time?
9 p.m. That's in 4 days' time at the same venue. So it's another great moment with our audience.
All right, this is gone. Any lesson to pick from here going forward?
I think we need to do much better against Tunisia, because I know Tunisia is not Tanzania. They will be more technical. They are North Africans. They are very fast. They understand tactics very well, more than the Tanzania. And they also have more foreign players as well that has the experience, if we have to talk about experience now. So let's see how experience we meet experience when Nigeria meets Tunisia, and then who succumbs. Because I know experience matters as well when it comes to AFCON and when it comes to winning games.
All right, Nigeria have been able to add to their fantastic opening day result in the AFCON. This is another win for them, as we remain the giant of African football and the giant of Africa in all ramifications. Another 12 in quotes now have been defeated. We'll move on to the next one. But meanwhile, after this game is going to be Tunisia and Uganda. The last round of matches for today. And that game is a game of particular concern to us, in a manner of speaking.
Exactly.
Because they are in our group. Well, then that would give us an insight into what our next game against Tunisia will look like. But meanwhile, let's look at that Super Eagles defense, especially the central pair of Calvin Bassey and Shemi Ajayi. Shemi Ajayi has never been the first choice, but Ekong wasn't around, Benjamin Frederick as well. They were a bit tested. Are you convinced that they have what it takes to form that shield in front of Nwabali and take us all the way to the finals and probably win the cup?
Well, for now, they are the best legs we have. And if you look at it, the other invited players are still not experienced. But the only player I think we are missing at that centre back is Frederick. So if we have to still stick to Shemi Ajayi and Calvin Bassey, which we know that Calvin has been the regular, but Shemi Ajayi, due to age, he has been struggling lately. They just need to raise their game very well. They are not convincing enough, I must tell you.
This team still lack balance.
It's still the same
midfield
exactly.
and attack. What do you think is missing?
You mean in the
midfield to the attack? Our build-up has not been so smooth.
Yes, we need that quality player that we all know.
Is it about players or strategy?
We need players as well. It is the player that also brings out the strategy, because once the body is tired, there's nothing we can. We all know. That's why I keep saying that. We all know the quality Alex Iwobi can give. Alex Iwobi will only give you a first half show. Wilfred Ndidi will give you a first half show. Then anything after that, you just have to accept it. So that is why we need a player as young as Frederick in that midfield that can keep that balance, that can even give us 120 minutes. He has tried many players. He has tried Rafael Oyedika. He has tried, what's it called? Just name it. So, but we need that stability, that player that we know that whenever he's on the pitch, we are certain of 120 minutes of football action.
All right, Frank Onyedika is there. Rafael is also there as well. Then the Akin Samiros of this world. The Super Eagles have 28 players, a lot of depth in terms of talent. Let's say how the scope we deploy them. But so far, Shemi Ajayi was able to give the Super Eagles the lead, while Ademola Lookman made it number 2. That also resulted in the winner in this game. I think that's enough to give us 3 points as we look forward to the second game against Tunisia. The tone for victories have been set. I believe we can get another 3 points against Tunisia, but it's going to be tougher, definitely, than Tanzania. T stands for Tanzania, T for Tunisia. If Tanzania can fall, then Tunisia can also fall. Join us on our next match day. We'll be back, and it's been a wonderful day working with you all through. Toye, thanks for coming through.
Thank you, Shola, and to all Nigerians, what we can say is don't give up yet on the Super Eagles. We have the first 3 points. Let's hope that we can keep improving in every game. And then the most important thing is let's get out of this group. Let's stop this group. Let's win the second round. And hopefully, we can get to the final before we start thinking of winning the trophy for the 4th time in history.
Like they say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step, and we've just taken that first step today. Join us as we continue to watch along for AFCON on all the Super Eagles game. I remain yours sincerely, Olusola Adebayo. Thanks to all of the guys behind the scene, all the cameraman, the production guys, and everyone that have been part of production. It's been so cool doing this with you, as well as the viewing audience. We're out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day.